Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear, listening into another Pitch for Switch discussion. And this time I'm going to be talking about Red Steel 1 and 2. Now, since, No More Heroes 1 and 2 are coming out on the Switch, and those are also Ubisoft games, and they're a lead-in to No More Heroes 3, I think it would be awesome to see Red Steel 1 and 2 come out on the Switch. Now, someone's going to be like, well, but Red Steel 1 sucked. Honestly, if you played that game early on in the life of the Wii, it really wasn't a bad game. It's one of those games that came out early, so the controls were wonky because they weren't, up to par with developing for the system yet. Red Steel 2, by far, was a superior game. From the story to the gunplay and the swordplay in that game. It was far superior to the first game. So, here is my suggestion. You get Red Steel 1, updated, new models for the characters, wholly reworked, remastered game. And it would be remastered because you're not taking the first Red Steel engine. You're taking the Red Steel 2 engine and improving upon that. And using that as the engine that covers both games. That allow you to swap between swordplay and gunplay simultaneously like Red Steel 2 does. Like where you can jump back and forth between the two styles. Instead of having you running around, running and gunning, and then just certain moments you can use your sword. That I found was stupid with the first game. But I did like the story of it. I mean, there are some things that could have been improved, but I did like the story of the first game. Now, if they could do that, they can give you that first game with the updated, better controls and improved mechanics, along with better visuals, which is highly possible because the Switch is like way more powerful than the damn Wii was. And it's not like they don't have it. It's not like they don't have the game. They already have this game, and they can redo it. And it's something Ubisoft could do that wouldn't be so expensive to them. And if they're only putting it on one platform, they can make all the money they need to off of it. Now, I would say, like with improving the engine for Red Steel 2, add in twin stick. Add in controls for using a standard gamepad. For using the Pro Controller. Because that will just open up your audience. And it'd be a good idea for them to do it. I mean, I would want this game to take off. I would want it to be, these games to take off, and I want it to be successful. And they could go ahead and drop these at a similar price to No More Heroes 1 and 2, like they're doing for the Switch now, or like they did for the Switch. So, I mean, the choice is up to Ubisoft. They've got the money to put the games together, and they would only really make money off of it because people wouldn't be spending full price for it, more than likely. But yeah, it's really up to them. And yeah, they could remaster. Well, it wouldn't be a remaster because remaster is just taking what's there and making it look better. So it would be a remake of both games because they'd have to work on the engine from the ground up for the first Red Steel, and then they could use that same engine again for the second game as long as it allows for all of the quirky things that you could do in Red Steel 2. And yeah, make both games single player on their own, and then put in a multiplayer. Because if I remember correctly, Red Steel did have multiplayer maps, and Red Steel 2 did have multiplayer maps. The first Red Steel wasn't online, and I don't remember about the second. But I'd say take all those maps, put them together in one big-ass multiplayer mode. Let people enjoy it that way. It's a simple enough concept. It's not hard to understand, and it would be something that I think would be pretty cool. And it'd probably do very well. But again, it's up to Ubisoft to make that choice. I can only suggest it. And I think it's a great suggestion because, one, you go back and take a game that people panned and make it amazing. And then you take an already amazing game that got overlooked and give it back to people so that they can see it again. I think it's a win-win for them, honestly. And out of that, they may be able to make a third game from the ground up. But again, I mean, I can only suggest it. I can only put the thoughts out there. I can only give my ideas. Say, if I worked for the companies, if I worked for Ubisoft right now, I would have been sliding this idea to whoever would have heard me. I'm like, y'all, please listen. Just listen, take this, run with it, do something with it. But again, it's up to them. I'm not a decision maker for any major game company. Wish I was, but I'm not. But that's it. Thank you guys very much for listening. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me. And until the next time, enjoy your games. Peace out.